Well, I think for us, and I'd love to talk to you about this, but we're both former fat kids.
Yeah.
Well, I knew that about him.
Current fat kid.
No,
but you're not fat.
Current fat kid, but thank you.
Now, we both used to be portly customers, and we still have those tendencies in our lives, right? We're both very, like, ready to overeat, and we both get excited by food, and I think there's this constant pursuit of trying to find fitness and physique and strength in our lives. And it's fun to kind of riff off one another because we always motivate one another, right? To the outside person, it might look very cruel when I come in and like, what's up, fatty? Like that kind of stuff. But I know that's love because he do the same for me.
Yeah. we used to do body ops back in the day where, I mean, he always had an advantage because he's a skinny bitch, but you know. Okay. Like, right. but like our goal never was to like become beefier or anything. It was always to become more lean,
better looking.
Because that's the hard. Yeah, that's the hardest part for me always. Like I can put on weight like that. It's so easy. I'll put on 10 pounds right now just thinking about it. Man, don't test me. Boom. I'm 265 now.
Yeah, it is interesting how everyone is so different when it comes to how well they either put on size or put on body fat, or it's hard to get it like, I don't know, exactly right for everyone. And I think that's where people just continue to have problems with it. I'm assuming you guys are going to ask me about this kind of stuff, right? Like we'll talk.
Nope, this is the only question about it.
We'll talk about it. Because he has an unorthodox way of working out, I think. That I think actually for years I've thought is like not the best way to work out.
What is that way?
I'm like a CT Fletcher. There's no such thing as overtraining. You're a little bitch. Go harder.
All right.
You can always put more hours in.
He also does like
I command you to grow.
He will like he'll eat like he doesn't track his macros or anything.
Nah, fuck that.
And he'll eat whatever, but like nothing unhealthy, like deeply unhealthy, right? But then he'll be like, you know the saying that everyone collectively acknowledges is true. You can't outwork your diet. He always is trying to outwork his diet.
Yeah,
but
it's insane.
But you don't eat terrible.
No.
Yeah,
I just eat a lot.
That's kind of how I have been. Historically.
Okay, well you're a different being.
Yeah, no, really, I really been that way.
Okay, listen, he's operating with an entirely different mechanism here. Like, don't compare yourself to him.
Well, maybe if I just put more time in.
He's 200. What's your body fat percentage on him? You're 260 pounds.
Probably sub 12 at least.
That's what I'm saying. He's 260 pounds of pure muscle, dog.
That's insane.
So what's your basal metabolic rate?
That number right now, the BMR. That's based on like your age, your height, your weight. So I mean, you could Google that.
Your basal metabolic rate. Yeah. This is actually a really good question because people probably don't know either. This is a good one.
Really good.
It's basically what your body burns just to operate.
Yeah.
Oh.
And it's dependent on your lean muscle mass.
Sure.
Yeah. It's dependent on your like how heavy like your muscle mass is. Yeah. And you know whether you're sedentary or not as well. I guess that factors into your basal metabolic rate, or technically not.
That's excess, so that would be outside of it. Basal is like age, height, weight. Yeah, like all just your body to function.
Mine is higher than you'd expect because I'm constantly clenching and unclenching my sphincter.
That would be no. That's actually no. That's a different that you're joking, but that's literally some people who are very fidgety, unironically, have a higher daily burn rate than
there
others.
Some statistic where supermodels are disproportionately representative by ADHD people? Like there's a disproportionate percentage of them that are ADHD because they're constantly
moving, fidgeting. Yeah, that actually factors in. All of those like marginal differences in lifestyle lead to dramatically different results over your entire lifespan. Yeah. So yeah, but I was just trying to figure out like how many calories does Bradley Martin consume in one day where he's just maintenance. Like he's not fucking gaining weight or losing
Probably
weight.
Like I've actually had historically a really hard time eating enough food. That's been like the hardest thing for me.
Oh, you were a skinny boy always?
Yeah.
He doesn't get us.
So,
yeah, I'm
he
sorry,
doesn't
guys.
understand.
So sorry.
He doesn't understand our plight.
Yeah,
I was a hard gainer. A big boy because you're a big guy.
No, I was a hard gainer. I was very skinny, and I had to put on. I was like stuffing myself to eat enough.
Grass is always greener, motherfucker.
Always greener.
Yeah.
He doesn't know.
I'm talking about So this is the thing I do know about though. I know about like people. I remember when I first started getting into working out, and I wanted to like put on muscle. My friends would make fun of me back when like Facebook was like a cool thing that everyone did, and they made an album. This was a very long time ago, obviously. Yeah. They made an album where it was Brad's Unfinished Meals. Because I was always talking about how I wanted to get. We were all like kind of like bodybuilders, like wanting to.
You left meals unfinished?
Yes, bro, and not on purpose, not because I wanted to, because I was so fucking stuffed and I would have a hard time eating it. So they would make fun of me. They'd take a picture of it and be like, unfinished
that was
meals.
so much work just to fuck with you.
It was pretty funny though.
You had the same relationship that we have.
Yeah,
Kanye.
but so
we never leave meals unfinished.
No, our Facebook album would be one photo.
It's just empty. I lick the plate. Like
Yeah,
I usually, if I like something, I'm like, well, you know, I already factored in the calories for this. I'm gonna lick this.
See, the thing is, I got there. It just took like I was to the point where I knew that I needed to eat more food, because this is the thing. A lot of people say, "Oh, I eat enough food to gain weight." Like a lot of the harder gainer guys.
Yeah.
But they just don't, and they always ask the same question: "What do I do to gain weight? Is it like a workout thing?" It's not. Like working out will like affect how you like will perform, or like if you're gonna grow muscle or if you're gonna gain strength. But gaining weight, no matter what, you need to eat more food.
Yeah.
And I got to the point where I'm literally like eating food and I'm completely full and I'm swallowing by like drinking the food, like almost like swallowing it like a pill to just keep eating.
Oh my God.
Dude, you don't.
I was force
understand.
feeding
That's
myself.
my fantasy, dude. You're
Yeah, wow.
describing. You're describing
Wow.
like a future where, like, if there was a pill where I could do that, I would take that pill every day. I would just eat till I fucking feel disgusting.
That was my life.
Oh, that feels
But
so
it,
good.
but it was because I needed to gain weight and it was so hard. Like I couldn't swallow.
We gotta like issue a trigger warning for eating.
Yeah,
disorder.
sorry guys.
Holy
So
fuck,
sorry,
dude. We came out of the gate swinging on some bad shit. But like, no, like I'll tell you this much, okay? Obviously, my entire family's obese. We have a history of it. We have a history of a litany of genetic diseases for that reason as well. I'm the only person in my family who has actually naturally been able to like lose the weight, have a six pack. I'm the only person in my family that ever had a six pack. The only person in my family who ever. It's such a weird thing to say.
It's like when someone's like,
like
I'm
an
the only person
accomplishment.
in my family to go to college. You're the one who's like, I'm the,
I'm the black
bless.
sheep in that fucking regard too. Out of my immediate family, I'm the only one without a fucking master's in anything. So no, they're all academics and shit, but they're also all obese. I went the other way.
It's interesting.
But the reason why I brought that up is because like it's obviously social learning. That like those unhealthy diet choices, like it's something that you learn, something that becomes a part of you, but there's also a genetic component there too, a genetic factor there. I have it on the worst on all ends. My brother got a gastric bypass. My father got a gastric bypass, like the full Monty, where they even cut into his fucking intestines too. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's intense.